Okay, so she said she is here, and I don't see you, Divine Beauty. Let me see if you're on there. Nope, it doesn't allow me to see you. You might have to hit the request button. There it goes. Now it is. All right, now I see you coming on. Oh,
Okay.
you're so beautiful. Oh,
Thank you.
okay, now I can hear you. Great. So let me hear all about what you're teaching, who you are, how you've been in the beauty industry, how you started. I want to hear everything because I don't know you that well yet. And I know that just looking at your Facebook and your social medias, you are a powerhouse. So
Thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Desiree Luss. I'm the owner of Divine Beauty Bar. That's divinebeautybar.com. And first, I just want to say thank you so much for having me and doing this interview. I also saw Miss Channel Mall on here as well, and I definitely want to say thank you. I met her during a training in Dallas, and we were both educators, and so it was a blessing. I've been following her, and that's how I found out about you. So
nice.
definitely,
Thanks, Shanna.
definitely great connection. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So yes, I'm the owner of Divine Beauty Bar. We are a licensed cosmetology school, and we are also an accredited durable medical facility.
Nice.
So the way that works is with hair loss. Many people may or may not know that cranial prostheses, which is the technical term or the correct term for a medical wig, and basically using the correct terms is what gets you paid. Okay, so saying the word cranial prostheses, educating your client on the difference between a cranial prostheses versus a everyday wig that you see online, will be medically approved and paid for by the insurance companies as well as the government. So I teach people about cranial prostheses, and then I also teach them how to do the medical billing part of it, how to accept insurance, how to accept veterans, how to even go after contracts, because there are contracts out there for people that.
Oh, wait. It muted. I'm not sure why. You
Okay, there
okay.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are contracts out there for barbers, stylists, um, people who hold cosmetology instructor license, the whole nine yards. So I teach people how to accept insurance. I don't know if it cut off before I said that, but I teach people how to accept insurance, how to work directly with the government, and pretty much make the insurance and government their number one client.
That's great. You know, we talked about this actually this week with another trainer recently from Aqua Hair Extensions. And if you have not tapped into the world of hair loss or helping these people that are in the beauty, you know, our clients, you are going to have someone come, if not, you know, probably actually a lot more than just one person nowadays with some type of hair loss, some type of medical procedure that they're going through that they might lose their hair. There's all kinds of reasons that people are thinning out and they need help, and you should be the resource if you're in the beauty industry. And if you are not learning these new skills, they will tend to go somewhere else because they need it. And if they're trusting you already, we're hoping that you trust in them enough to get this education so that you can service your guests. And if you don't, at least find a resource in your community, work with someone that does work on this. So I'm really excited that you're going to be helping with the insurance part of it, because we can all go to a class and learn a new technique, but then what do we do with it?
Right.
Because if we don't know how to help them in the financial part of it, then there's some issues. So during your class, you have two classes, I believe, right? One Sunday and one Monday.
Yes.
And are you a vendor as well? I know I should know this, and I'm sorry. I keep telling all my vendors I'm sorry. Like,
No, I don't believe I am. I think I just an educator.
okay, so whenever you're an educator too, you can meet with you afterwards at these, like right after your class, we have a space that you can go in and talk to them. So when you're teaching, most people do want to talk to the educators a little bit longer. So I'm sure you'll have your information and how to contact you, you know, during your class as well. But how did you get into accepting insurance? Like, how did you find out about it?
Thank you. That's a really great question. So my grandfather is a Korean War veteran. In 2006, unfortunately, he passed from
Mm.
leukemia. So In high school, I was able to get my cosmetology license. And then when I went off to college, I became a licensed clinical social worker. So I've always wanted to be in private practice, but I wanted to do it my way. And I wanted to, honor my grandfather as well. So the funny story is when he asked me one day what I wanted to be when I got older, and I told him I wanted to be a hairstylist like many other people in my family, he said, "Baby, find something else to do, or pick something else, something like that." He said, and I was like mad at him for many years because I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" But long story short, it pushed me to do it a different way, right? So I wanted, when someone sit in my chair, I wanted to like really, really help them. If I did a hairstyle for them, I wanted them to go out and make a difference in the world. I just didn't want them to look cute and go do something crazy, right? I wanted them to really make a difference in the world. And so, with that being said, I started working on wigs and making wigs at home for people with hair loss. And then one day, I pretty much had a whole family reach out to me. It was the mom and two daughters, and they were like, "Hey, um, we all suffer from hair loss, and the VA hospital would actually pay for it." And I was like, "Oh wow, great!" It was like the missing piece to my whole business ideal or my vision that I had in my head, because I was already working with insurance and working with, people suffering from hair loss. And then they added the VA portion to it. And then I just started doing like more and more research on the type of cranial prostheses out there, which different insurance cover it. Same thing with the government, who all cover the cranial prostheses, because they are a lot higher. They can be anywhere from $1,500 on up to $4,400. If you get into the vacuum prostheses, they can go up.
Oh, we lost you again. I'm not sure. All right, it'll just be a second. The mute. Let's see. Okay, it's still muted. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, she'll be back, guys, in just a second. You have the most prettiest teeth and the most prettiest makeup, by the way. Okay. All right. So she may have to jump off, guys, and we're going to finish up anyway. So Desiree, if you're still listening, if you can jump on, great. If not, it's okay. Shanna, I know you're going to be teaching also on hair loss. We thank you for coming back for your third year. We appreciate the support at the show. We know Pennsylvania really needs this, guys. And oh, she was there and now she's gone. Sometimes there's crazy things that happen on Facebook and social media, which you guys know, so I don't sweat it. But okay, we're just going to go ahead and end for the day. And I know we're going to be interviewing a lot more people in the trainers. If you have not gotten your ticket yet, guys, literally, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. The procrastination really kills a lot of things. So just jump on up here. Okay, we're going to bring her back one last time real quick. She's here. Okay. So get your ticket, $79. That includes both days, all of the classes. If you're a student watching, it's $57. And I know there's a couple coupon codes out there for students when you're coming in with a large group, which it brings it down to, I think, $47. You can go right on our salontraining.com website. Here she is. It's okay. We don't sweat it. Things happen in social media all the time. So, okay. So we're just ending up here. And so let's just go back over to what you had mentioned.
Yeah, so the cranial prostheses, they can get anywhere, low end 1,500. They can go up to 4,400 if you get into the vacuum prostheses, which are the suction caps that work really well for people who have alopecia totalis. Those can get up to $6,000, $7,200 and higher. I've seen some at $10,000. But great quality. Some of them last 6 to 8 years, However, that it's a heavy financial burden, especially if you have someone that's suffering from alopecia due to any type of cancer. Then they are already, I mean, they're paying out of pocket for things that is not covered through their insurance. And so just being able to really help them some, because with insurance, you get into deductibles and different things like that. With the VA hospital, some of them do have a cap. Every VA hospital is different. But a lot of times they pay at the 100%. So being able to, from the business perspective, have a business where your client doesn't pay anything or a small percentage, and they're able to get this really fabulous hair system, that's really great from your perspective, because a lot of times when we are wanting to push certain services and certain products, what's the number one issue? Finances, right?
Yeah.
So now you have a business where finances is really not an issue, because some insurance companies may pay anywhere from 60 to 80%, even up to 90%. And then you have the VA hospital that pays 100% of the profit for the client. Then on the client side of things, it's very rewarding because they don't have to. I don't know if you guys have ever seen where some of the wigs and their choices are very, very wiggy. It's not pleasing, and you don't care if anybody pay 100% for it. You don't want it at all,
Mhm.
So now you're able to get something that's human hair that lasts well over a year. And then it's not hurting your pockets. So it's a really, really great business. It's a very rewarding business. You will have a lot of tears of happiness, and it's so much that the suppliers can do with the wigs. I've had people who had tumors growing out of their head, and that's what makes it so much different than your everyday lace wig. Because once you do that custom mold or that custom template and you send it off to the supplier, they can make the wig where it's, and I'm sorry for saying wig,
Like,
they
yeah,
can
true.
make the
Yeah.
prostheses, they can make it to the shape of that, so that when she puts it on, there's no pressure in that area.
Business.
So, I mean, and then she can pick her color. You have people who, and it makes me very excited to do it, because you have people who will be very picky, and they say, you know what, I only want 50% of salt, and I want 85% peppers, the salt and pepper girlies, okay?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that really don't play about their hair. And so just being able to really mimic, how her hair used to be, and not do too much of the salt, right? And not do too much of the pepper. It just really, really makes a difference. And they look forward to meeting with you. The only part that I dislike is that sometimes they only get one a year, and I only get to see them once a
Oh,
year. So that's the part I dislike. But you do have some that will reach out to have you reinstall it. You will have some that say, I really like the first one, I would like to pay out of pocket for a second one. A lot of times the insurance may do one or two a year, but it just really depends on that person's policy and that person's plan.
wow. If you've never went through hair loss or if you've never went through anything like that with somebody or yourself, you may not deeply understand the power that you hold in your hand as a stylist to help with this. I know, like, I had some hair damage to my hair one time where it was just extremely short. It was shorter than I've ever experienced, and it was just like and I went through so many emotions as a hairdresser, and I change my hair all the time. I'm like, why am I going through this? I could deal with this. And I was like, oh, this is kind of awkward. And I didn't go through hair loss. And I just know that trauma a little bit was like, oh, that's kind of strange. And I have had friends that had completely lost their hair due to cancer and different things. And watching their emotions, and I don't even get to see the deep root of it, but
Mm.
it's there's so much beautiful things that we can help at the worst time of someone's life. And if you can be that person and support person to help them, why would you not want to learn it? It doesn't mean you
Right.
have to do it, but at least learn it so that you have that in your tool belt too, because you will come across someone in your career that's going to need you. And if you have a little bit of information, like I didn't even know until I met Shauna like a couple of years ago. I had no idea that some of these medical grade adhesives were even available. I heard wigs and extensions and toppers, but I never knew about that. Fabulous that you women are teaching this to us. So kudos to you for
Yeah.
being a trainer, not only servicing your clients, you're servicing clients upon clients upon clients, because you are teaching us professionals how to do this.
Yes.
So I appreciate that you're coming to the show, and I look forward to seeing you more throughout this year, even after the show. I know, just a little side note, we are going to have a really cool meeting Saturday night for trainers and vendors. And I really want you to be there because there's some things in the pipeline that we are excited to talk to you guys about. So just kind of throwing that out there now.
Awesome. And like I
Oh, yeah.
tell other stylists, you made a very great point of saying that you are going to come across a client, with some type of hair loss. There are different stages to hair loss. But what a lot of people, it's something I have to remind stylists. I am not telling you or teaching you to come in and make this your whole business. No, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. This is just an add-on. And just from a business perspective, I always say if you know your numbers, you can grow your numbers. If you have 30 clients and you're billing at $3,000, that's $100,000 right there. So even if you just have one client a month,
I
that's an
think that
extra
needs to, I
$3,000.
think you need to repeat that. I work a lot with people with average service tickets, and the average service ticket's $30, $40 or so. You have to do a lot of people.
Yeah,
You do something like this for 3 grand, you not only help someone's soul and their image and their confidence, you also have a pretty good paycheck and a good living
yes,
too. It goes hand in hand. And
yes.
right?
So if you
So
know your numbers, you can grow your numbers. I said 30, but it's really like 33, 34. And some people do 33 clients in a month or in a week. So just imagine if you were doing, let's just say 33 clients a year at $3,000, you're all going to hit 6 figures. And that's in addition to what you've already doing. And I have people who come into my business and they're just getting into the hair industry, never worked with hair, anything, and so their progress is a little bit slower, right? Because they have to also know how to market themselves as well. And I have people who come into my business that's already making over $250,000 in their business. I'm like, well, don't stop what you're doing.
yeah,
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. However, this is in addition to what you're doing. So if you can make an additional 3,000 a month or an additional 6 figures a year, I mean,
yeah,
why not?
right, right. Well, thank you
And
so
your
much.
client doesn't pay. Like,
Yes, and the insurance companies do, and it's not you're not ripping the insurance companies off. I mean, this is a really good thing that insurance
right.
companies understand the value of how this can affect someone's actual health. Just that, how they feel
Exactly.
can affect their health. We all have talked about it so much. Your mental health is your entire health, actually, whenever
Right.
you think about it. So, all right, well, I'm going to jump off, and I appreciate you. I cannot wait to meet you in person. I'm excited that our paths cross, and we welcome you so much to the Pennsylvania show, and thank you for helping this region with more growth in their business as well.
Yes. I'm super, super excited. So thank you so much. And I will see everyone in
All right, see you.
May.
Thanks.